dropshipping. And in this video, I'm going to show you what to do instead, right? So what the old model is that you're potentially following when you're doing dropshipping. And I'm going to show you step by step how you can use the skill set that you have acquired when doing dropshipping and actually use it on an e-commerce type that is way more scalable, way more reliable, and also has the potential to be exited, right? So to generate real wealth, which I guess is what you want, right? So let's jump right in. Before we do that, actually, if you don't know me, if you don't know my channel yet, please check out some of the other videos. I show actually my dashboard, my Shopify dashboard. My brands, my own brands, they are doing over $1 million a month combined. I coach over 25 brands now and mentor them to basically run all of their acquisition in-house and help them across all the other stuff when it comes to really scaling your e-commerce. Anyways, back to this. What's the old way? You basically sourced a couple of products from Alibaba. Most likely, you looked at Alibaba, looked at what's trending there, or you have some other tools where you know that show you what are the products that are selling like crazy right now. So you're operating from a trend-based mindset, right? So you're looking at what's trending right now. I want to sell that right now. And then you go to Alibaba, you find whatever product it is, that's just a placeholder, and you basically do the same thing, sell the same thing, and do the same ads finally, right? So what happens then is, yeah, you obviously might see success really fast or might have seen success really fast. Then that's where the first Lambo, like the dropship Lambos come into place. Potentially you're moving to Dubai or whatever, until everything drops to zero. I'm going to explain to you why. And yeah, some of those people get kicked out of Dubai because they have no more money on their bank account, which Dubai doesn't like. But I'm digressing here. So what is happening here? What is actually happening? You're operating from a supplier standpoint, right? So you're looking at what's potential supply and what's trending right now. So let's just push this to the market as well. But what you're not realizing is that most of these items here, they have a very short relevancy time span. Those are not items that will sell in, let's say, 3 years the same way they sell right now, right? So it's very, very short-term focused. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it comes with a lot of downsides that you have to have in place. And like all these big dropshipping guys, they have a lot of stuff that they don't tell you about, right? So what does their business structure actually look like, right? How do they make sure that they, take care of all the risks involved? How do they serve such a wave so fast? And if there's such a wave and, these products have such a short lifetime, do you really think they just give you all these secrets so you can do it as well? Obviously not. They're like, this is where they live off of, and they will give you some info for sure, but they're not going to share all their secrets because that's where they make money. I hope that makes sense, right? So so the whole model is, it's very attractive when it comes to short-term and quick results, but it comes with a lot of downsides. For example, like all this like delivery stuff takes forever, right? Then obviously the account bans, okay? And again, like this, from Facebook's perspective, it makes total sense that your accounts get banned because you're delivering, in many cases, shitty products. That's another one. The quality of the products is shit because, who cares? You just sell it for a couple of months and then it's closed down anyways. And the delivery is horrible. So why would Facebook support such a business, right? This is a bad experience to their customers. People that buy through Facebook then associated with Facebook, which Facebook doesn't like. So all in all, it makes total sense that this is not, that's not the way to go. And now Trump basically shut it down with, I think, like a 34% tax or something like that. So if you combine some other tariffs and stuff, like your products might almost cost double. So it doesn't really make sense. What I want to show you is the new way. And this is where it gets interesting for you. Like if you've done dropshipping in the past, how to actually transition over into a real e-commerce and a real business model. Okay. So the new way is actually the other way around. Okay. Instead of just looking at trends and, something that is like popping up right now, what you want to understand is what are market demands that exist always, right? Doesn't matter which time, best case doesn't matter which season of the year. So it's not just like a Q4 gifting product, but what are things that like are in demand all the time, every single week? I don't have to create demand. I don't have to wait for any trend, but it's just there, right? People just want these products. They have these problems. So what you're looking for is basically pain points, okay? That's what I would look for. What are pain points that exist no matter what's happening around the world? Okay. So this is the first step, is really to do deep market research and identify pain points that are there all the time. And then what you do is basically you understand, okay, what are solutions to these pain points? Okay. So this could be, I don't know, let's take an example. It could be something like, I don't know, you have like joint pain, for example. Okay. And then you're looking for like different ways to solve that, right? Or somebody has like gut problems. And then you're looking for different solutions on how to solve this gut pain, right? So there are a lot of pain points that are there all the time. Your job is to find them, find the demand, find the markets, and then look for what are the solutions out there and how can I come up with a better solution, or like a solution with a twist on it, right, when it comes to formulation, for example, when we're talking about supplements, just to make it more attractive, okay, and have an edge when it comes to selling the product. This is important later on. Then what I would do, which I'm doing, for example, in my brands, we're not selling with my personal brands. We're not selling in the US. We're selling in Germany, in the German market. But all of my other clients are in the US and Canada that I mentor. Okay. So what I would look for is find a US supplier or find a low tariff country supplier. Okay. There are lower tariffs than 34%. For example, Canada is like 10%. And then basically look to find the right supplier that creates a product that actually solves a pain point. But it's not just like a 1 month up and down, and then 2 months is nothing, and then again. But this is really like you don't need to create the demand; it's already there. So you just tap into something that exists. Okay, then you find the solution for that, and then the next step is really to do deep customer research, because you have to think like this is a pain point that always exists. It's not that there's no solutions out there. Same like when you're drop shipping, right? So you have competition. You always have to think with that competitive mindset. Finally, you need to be able to tell a story to the customer that resonates so strong with the customer that he basically blocks out all of the other noise and zeroes in on your solution, on your product. Okay. This is our job as marketers, finally, and business owners, right? So this is really about doing deep customer research, understanding like what are the pain points in detail. Okay. So what I would suggest is like go to Reddit, search for that pain point, go to Quora. Okay. So if it's, for example, I don't know, like if it's gut health, right? Or if it's let's say something like eye pain, right? Or blurry vision, whatever it is, right? Research it on all platforms possible, right? Especially the ones where people just gather, right? So also what I would do is go to IG, TikTok, and search for the organic reels that went viral for that topic, just to understand where the attention goes, right? What are the pain points that people have? What are the stories that people tell? You can even look through reviews from competitors. Okay, obviously competitors. There's so much to do and so much to understand before you even sell the first product. And the more time you put into this here, into this boring process, the more of an edge you have. This is all about a competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. It's funny. I just had a call today with one of my coaches, my mentors, in a sense, and he said, like, you just have to, like, if you're stagnant, you just have to understand the customer more. That's all. Like, you just have to do more work when it comes to research than anybody else in your marketplace. So you understand your customers better than everybody. Okay. And this is exactly that, right? It's just like spending time going through a lot of information and basically trying to get yourself into the mind of your perfect customer, right? So that you understand them better than they do do it themselves. Okay. Then once you've done all of that, and this basically, like, you marinate this into your brain, that's where you can then build ads that resonate with your target audience like nothing else. And best case, you do ads that don't feel like ads, right? They're not this like, hey, here's my product, 30% off. Everybody's doing that. So if I can summarize it with one thing, like, that really helps you, just be freaking different. Be different. Do something completely else. If everybody's doing one thing, do the opposite. Okay? Don't do the thousands the UGC ad number 1200. That is exactly the same script that all of the other competitors use. Don't do that. It won't work. It won't work. Facebook recognizes that. Facebook knows what's been advertised, right? So make sure that you come up with unique concepts when it comes to ads. One thing that I like to do, like, just little side tip, is really check out what's going on organic, right? Not a lot of people do that. Check out what's trending on organic, and then take these concepts, take this communication, and test it as ads. Recreate it basically for yourself. Okay. Again, what else? I mean, if you're passionate about this project, maybe you're comfortable to go in front of the camera and say, hey, that this is like, that's the product, this is the story, this is how I found it. Do founder ads, right? So this is stuff that very few competitors do, and this is what gives you the edge. What else can give you an edge? Next point: build educational funnels that help people to understand before you sell them. Your job should not be this like, hey, here's my product, sell it. This is like, when you look at the whole funnel, that's like, this is who you're targeting. Okay. If you do these like product ads, like, here's 30% off, buy one, get one free, and all of that stuff. This is just, it's you're literally like talking about like 2% of the potential markets. You need to think bigger. You need to think in terms of higher awareness stages. People that are colder, people that are not so close to the product, they don't even know they need the product. They don't even know the product exists. Those are the people that you have to talk to, because again, here, like, there's like almost no competition, because people they don't put in the effort. They put the effort into the product, and then they think it sells by itself, which it doesn't in most of the cases. So make sure to invest time that other people don't invest. That's a huge advantage. And if you're doing drop shipping, you know a thing or two about marketing, right? So just go deeper on that stuff. And once you've done that, you will see here, there's not a lot of competition. Okay. So build educational funnels. One thing is obviously listicles, right? Listicles. The other one is advertorials. I have a bunch of videos that talk about this and show you how to build them, actually, how they're structured. Okay. So once you've done that, this is looking more interesting, right? Then the last thing you need in order to make that work is that you have an offer that is so good that people would be stupid saying no. But before you have to get them to this place, you have to get them to your offer page, product page, right? So this is the stuff that is fueled by research, and this is what most of the people overlook. Once you've solved that, then it's just about making a great offer. And here, the most important thing is that the perceived value exceeds the actual price. Okay, and that you have a high AOV. Whoa. Let's see if we get connected again. No, doesn't work. Okay, I'll just continue like that. Exactly. So then you have a high AOV. That's the other thing. Okay, and the very, very last thing is that you know your numbers and you scale budgets, right? That's all. That's literally all. There might be a thing or two more to that, but this is stuff that you find in all the other videos that I have live, and then basically, and the videos that I'm going to do, and that's how something like this here is possible. Okay, we just go like this every single month. Basically, you add on top of your business. Okay, and this is what you actually want. You don't want this up and down stuff. This is not what you want, right? If you put in all of this effort, just put it into something that actually has the potential to give you financial freedom at some point, to pay for your bills and more, and enable you to build a company that you could potentially sell. Okay, but this is the way. That's the way. It is maybe boring. It's not the Lambo thing here, but if you really want to build something sustainable, that's at least how I see it. Like being in this industry for like 7-8 years now, that's the way to do it. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you want more information on how to, let's say, speed this thing up and speed up the implementation, I have a mentorship where I have brands to, get to their first 7 figures, get to from 7 to 8 figures, different tiers essentially. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, just click the link below in the description. Apply to work with me, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay. Other than that, see you in the next one. Take care.